back to Basement Video Podcast. We got a new guy here. His name's Kody, good friend of the podcast. We've done projects with him together.
Yes.
He's a beautiful man.
Oh, thank you very much.
I mean it.
It's great to be here.
I really mean it.
Oh, well, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thank you for having me on.
I'll have you on.
What were you checking
Hey,
him out
Andrew.
like that for?
Check him out.
Cody, you like give him a...
I was looking at his notes.
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
Yeah.
His notes?
Yeah.
His cack.
Oh, whoa.
Well, you're going to have to look a little harder than that.
All right, what were you saying about me?
I said, hey,
Hi.
what's up, buddy?
Nothing. How about you? How have you been?
Anyways, so Cody, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Cody. All of us have been like good friends for a while.
Yeah.
A couple of years, actually.
we went to grade school together and high school.
We did, yeah. Yep. We're all really big, huge movie junkies. We like talking about
Clearly.
it and discussing it. So that's what we're doing here today. And today we're talking about our favorite movie, our favorite Jim Carrey movie, that is.
Oh, yeah, the
this
best one ever
the
made.
Best one. This
Yeah.
is my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Number 23. The number 23.
The number 23.
Now, despite popular belief, this is not about Michael Jordan.
What?
I know, Andrew.
Oh,
No,
I
dude.
watched the wrong movie then.
Yeah, I saw...
I started watching The Last Dance, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't it. This isn't it." I thought you gave me the wrong title of the movie.
Is there any dancing in The Lost Dance?
No, not
Then-
one.
Such
Not
a
one
stupid
move.
fucking title. Stupid title.
Great title. It's a little misleading, but
Did you
good
watch
title.
The Last Dance, you dummy?
No.
It's barely even about sports. It's more about like fucking rivalry.
It's just more about him
I
being
can't say that word.
competitive.
Yeah.
You know what I did watch, though?
What?
Like Mike.
It's pretty much the same thing.
It's a great movie.
Never seen.
Bow Wow's in
You've
it.
never seen Like Mike?
No, never.
Bro, Bow Wow.
I don't even know who Bow Wow is.
Little Bow Wow?
No, I don't even-
Lil, he's not Lil anymore.
No, he's Bow Wow now. Sorry, Mr. Wow.
But then...
He's grown up.
Sorry, Mr. Wow.
He's lost. The
Are you
battle.
really kidding though? You don't know who that is, and you've never seen that movie?
I don't know who that is, and I've never seen the movie.
What?
Yeah.
I can't think of any Lil Bow Wow songs right
You know
now.
the little kid from Stuart Little?
Stuart Little,
The human little kid?
the nerdy white kid.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's in that with the little Bow Wow.
Oh,
He plays a foster kid.
And you know,
Which is ironic. His parents put him up for
What's that
adoption
blonde
after they
kid's
got
name?
the mouse.
what's the blonde kid's name from Breaking Bad near the end? Not Jesse.
yeah. Everybody calls him Fat Matt Damon. Jesse Plemons.
Yeah. He's the bully in that movie.
Oh wow, okay. He's a great actor, so I'll check that out.
You guys just want to talk about Like Mike?
Yeah, let's fuck number 23. What are we doing?
Yeah, I thought that's what we're talking about. Number 23. The real number 23.
Yeah. Space Jam.
yeah. The original, not this new.
I haven't even watched
Bullshit.
it yet. I don't know.
I
I,
haven't- I
have
heard
no
it was
opinion on it. I assume it's
awful.
garbage.
I heard it's garbage, but I have not watched it.
I heard they don't even play basketball.
What?
There's not like a final basketball game.
What?
No, yeah.
Are you serious?
The entire movie is just for like them to showcase all their other movies.
And like, I'm usually a sucker for that shit. Like,
Yeah,
crossover, show me it all. I don't care.
But like,
Yeah.
the cameos look pretty
Cameos
lit.
look just to see them, but I assume the story's trash.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Isn't it about just LeBron James as a kid getting brought into like a computer world?
By
that-
Don Cheadle.
Yeah, and then yeah.
Don Cheadle, of
Yeah.
all people, is your
he's,
villain.
He's so evil, dude.
Yeah. That's what Cheadle's evil.
Evil Cheadle.
So this movie was directed by Joel Schumacher.
Yeah, he has some hit or misses.
Yeah.
This is one of his best. Was it Batman Forever or Batman and Robin? He did or both.
Batman and Robin he did with
Yeah, that one's a good one, right? Everyone loves that one.
Everyone.
is that the one with Mr. Freeze?
Is that the one with the nipples?
I think that's the same one, right?
Costume?
That's Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy and Bane and all those in that one.
So Jim Carrey didn't work with him before then.
Jim Carrey was in the one with Tommy Lee Jones.
Is
So
that Joel
that was Batman Forever.
Okay. And that's not Joel Schumacher?
I don't know.
I'm not sure, yeah.
I'll look
could
that
look
up.
it up.
Because I remember watching this movie, I was like, oh, maybe they met on Batman.
I think they did.
But I'm not sure if Joel Schumacher did that. I assume he might have, because I know Tim Burton did the first two, and then he was out.
Yeah. Definitely the more superior ones,
Oh, yeah.
in my opinion. But
People fucking trash on even Batman Returns, but I like that better than the one with Jack Nicholson, to be honest.
no, yeah, they're good. They're
Joel
both really
Schumacher
good.
did direct. Oh, wait, Batman and Robin is the one with Mr. Freeze.
Okay, so
Oh, wait, I already said that. Batman, I'm all flustered, boys. Batman Forever.
can you get off your phone?
I'm sorry. Oh, Joel Schumacher did do that one, too.
He did?
So they met on
Okay.
there.
Wow.
Can you get off your phone? Comes on here.
Or looking for.
I come here.
I'm the guest.
I take time out of my fucking day to be on your podcast, and you're on your phone.
You're fucking texting here?
Yeah, sorry, just be one second.
Sorry, I gotta call my dad.
It's my doctor. I have a rash. It's contagious.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So,
put
yeah,
pants on.
It's contagious by air, so don't worry. You're definitely gonna get it.
So yeah, they worked together before, so that's definitely
He's definitely better as the Riddler than fucking.
Walter Sparrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a name, huh?
What a ridiculous name.
Like this-
for
The guy who wrote this movie, like I'm sure you looked into it. This is his only, like, script he's ever written,
right, and
and it
that's-
seems like your English teacher in grade 10 asked you to write a script, and this is what you wrote.
yeah, it's
Like even like the names, the dialogue, it just seems very.
the concept is cool.
Yeah, it could have been a good movie.
It could have been a good movie if it was directed by like Christopher Nolan or like David Fincher, and it didn't star Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
because Jim Carrey is terribly miscast in this movie.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And he's like a really good serious actor, like in like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, that's a
and
great movie.
Truman Show.
Truman
Show's
Show,
great.
a great movie. So like he can clearly act serious, but it's the direction and the writing and the editing in this film is just so off.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to give Joel Schumacher the benefit of the doubt, but maybe the script was just horrible.
I think yeah.
Because like I don't know, I feel like if I was a director and I got a script that was trash, and I had to somehow make something out of it, I think it's gonna be shit either way.
Yeah, but as a director, you have the right to refuse work.
Exactly.
Yeah, but-
right,
And at that point, you should have just been like,
Well, he wasn't doing much at this point, I don't think, after Batman, because people hated those at the time.
right, but then is your excuse to just then I'll just make whatever.
I'll take on.
Probably.
I'll take on the number 23.
You ever hear those stories about Joel Schumacher?
No.
Because he was gay, whatever, no big deal. But like,
What?
Yeah, Joel Schumacher was gay.
No.
Oh,
I was like, why are you making a big deal about this? People are allowed to be gay, dude.
No, he was like he was notoriously gay. Yeah,
but I guess he would like have like he would tell because like when Kevin Smith in the '90s was supposed to do that Superman movie,
right.
he was talking to Joel Schumacher and shit because he was doing the Batman movie at the time. I think he would like I don't know if this is true or I'm just making up stories put together with other stories, but I'm pretty sure Kevin Smith said that he'd like I'd ask him what he did on the weekend. He'd be like, "Oh, have a giant gay orgy."
Oh, really? Hey, he's
and
honest.
like, I think he told Kevin Smith he like had sex with like a fucking outrageous number of men that would put like Magic Johnson to
23?
shame. No, 23,000 maybe.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Like Kevin Smith was like, it puts is it Wilt Chamberlain or Magic Johnson that has like that ridiculous number? I think it's Wilt
I'm
Chamberlain.
not sure.
Could be both, to be honest. Magic Johnson
Magic
probably
Johnson
got.
had to halt that little process though for a bit.
Yeah. Well, how
Because
do you
he-
think he got in that situation?
Fucking bitches.
Yeah, there you go. That number's probably pretty big.
What are we talking about his dick?
No, we're talking about that body
Oh,
count,
we're
bro.
not- no, I see. I keep thinking we're talking about.
You could just, I love them pretending to cross stuff off.
So yeah, this movie starts out with a really like you've even told me while I was watching it. Hey, it starts out with a horrible monologue, and it was or
It's-
like opening voiceover. Sorry.
It starts off with a horrible monologue, but I think it's just noteworthy to say at first that the music for the opening
Yeah,
sequence
yeah.
is really tense.
Like but I hated the visual, but the music was dope.
The visuals were awful, and like if you're interested, I have some of the things that they have down as like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is what equals 23.
All right, go on.
So
Because these are usually fucked from the ones I saw.
these are ridiculous. So at the beginning of the film, in the opening sequence, they have like little excerpts saying that like real things in real life equal the number 23. So
Yeah.
he says there are 23 letters in the Latin alphabet. Okay. Shakespeare was born and died on April 23rd. Not sure how that's relevant. The Titanic sank the morning of April 15th, 1912. April is the fourth month, so you add 4 plus 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 9 plus 1 plus 2 equals 23.
Yeah, but then you could just like, I was born in 1993. If you go 9 plus 1
Yeah.
plus 9 plus 1,
Are you
that's
going with the
20,
real equation? Or
plus
you just
3
doing that?
You could
equals
do this
23.
You can do it
with
anything.
any number.
Any
yeah,
number.
any number. You just plug it in.
And in the opening sequence, they have 230 people died on the Trans World Airline flight. Okay, so that's not the
Yeah.
number 23.
That's 230?
I thought it was really cheap when they started being like, that one's 32, 23 reversed.
Exactly.
And I'm like, okay,
Exactly.
now we're doing this?
Yeah.
Like,
And it's like you're using real world events. Like it's
Yeah.
like insulting.
yeah. My address and my birthday, 23.
Hitler killed himself in April 1945. Again, they just add April and then 1945, and it equals 23. And it's like, who gives shit?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Who came up with this equation to
Like,
to
if I
get
read
this?
that book,
Yeah.
I'd be like, this guy's fucked.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Well, obviously, he was insane, though, we find
Oh,
out. So,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
let's not tell Andrew the twist yet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or wait,
Oh,
did
wait,
I already?
yeah, I saw it. What do you mean? I saw it years ago. I just don't remember any of it because it was a fucking bad movie.
Yeah. No. So yeah, I just wanted to say that the opening music is pretty
Yeah.
much the only good thing about this movie.
The music throughout the whole movie felt like not for this movie in a way, but I liked it.
No, yeah.
In certain scenes.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, the beginning was cool.
So the movie opens on February 3rd. Can you guys you want to take a guess on what that date
Second
is?
month, third day,
Holy
23.
Fuck, dude, it's like a coincidence or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
The,
I think that's exactly what you'd call it.
the number 23 there. Someone play Alanis Morissette right now.
Isn't it ironic?
That shit is ironic.
There's
Nothing
no
in
such
that
thing as
song
a
is ironic.
coincidence.
Right. There's no
That's
such
what's
thing.
ironic.
Jim Carrey's voiceover is terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, it doesn't. It sounds like a cartoon voiceover.
Like he's talking like this into the microphone.
Like a dramatic. Like, you remember, like in the old Spider-Man. You watched the old Spider-Man cartoon when we were kids.
Yeah.
When Peter Parker would voice over what happened the episode before. That's what it sounded
Yeah,
like.
exactly. Yeah.
Like just cartoony, like dramatic.
And to me, that's not even the writing. That's just the direction.
No,
Like,
yeah,
he
yeah.
could have been directed to do better there.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the movie in the very beginning, it sets the tone. Like, this is a serious movie. You're
Yeah.
meant to take this seriously. And then the very first thing that Jim Carrey does is meow at a dog. Like, it's the most Jim Carrey thing he could have possibly have done.
You guys don't do that when you see a dog?
I don't. Like, he's just sitting there, meow.
I've seen Andrew do it.
Yeah. Every day I wake up, I look at my dog and I'm like, meow.
Really?
Tell my cat to fuck off.
It just completely ruins the tone of the movie.
Oh, 100%. Like right
Yeah.
off the bat.
And that's the entire movie. It's you could see like Jim Carrey being himself, breaking character.
Yeah.
And it's just, it doesn't help.
And like I was saying, like at the opening credits, those were like intense. I didn't like them, but they were intense.
Yeah.
And I feel like the rest of the movie doesn't even get as intense as the opening like credits.
Oh no.
So, like, did they want Jim Carrey because they wanted him to break character like that to show some form of instability or something like that?
It's never really been
No.
specified why they chose Jim Carrey. I know that Jim Carrey, before he made this movie, came out and said that he was obsessed with the number 23 before the movie was even made, which is ridiculous
Yeah. He's a weird guy sometimes.
sometimes. And sometimes I think he just says things for press.
For a reaction, yeah.
So, but I don't know why they chose him. I really don't. I'm assuming maybe because him and Joel Schumacher worked together before, so there's that familiarity.
Let's make another piece of shit, Jim.
Sign me up.
So one of the themes throughout the movie is choice and destiny, and Walter saying that if I had made this different choice, it wouldn't have led me here, and things along
Yeah.
that nature. So
Go on, sorry. I was
No,
gonna
no,
I
I
was going to
can-
go on something completely different.
no, do it. It's fine.
Well, we're also doing Hook today, and I find it really funny that in both movies, the main characters forget a giant chunk of their life.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Hooks makes more sense because it's fantasy and,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's literally just fucking.
It's a kid's movie.
Peter Pan, and
Yeah.
it's a kid's movie on steroids.
This
but
one's just trash.
the number 23 is completely trash. It reminds me of like in Spider-Man 3 when James Franco loses
Yeah.
his memory
Yeah.
for no reason.
I'm going to jump ahead a bit, but like, he loses his memory, but okay, cool. Like Jim Carrey. But then they show, like, his past. He literally meets his wife seconds after leaving the
outside-
psych ward, but he doesn't remember being at the psych ward.
Outside of the psych
He's
ward.
walking down the stairs, leaving, says goodbye to the doctor, bumps into his wife. That's how he meets her.
That's when his memory starts.
Is meeting his wife there.
If he met his wife, if he turned his head like 3 inches, he'd be like, "Oh, I was just in a fucking psych ward." like,
Like literally, he was still like on their front like porch, pretty much on the sidewalk.
and like, what do you think that says about his wife? Like, you just bumped into this guy exiting a psych
Like,
ward.
she's never mentioned. Why were you at the psych ward?
Yeah, like,
She's just like, yeah, let's get married.
yeah, like
You're-
it's
No red flags.
It's such a dumb plot because you could have easily fixed that where you make it as they just meet somewhere else at a different time.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
like make time pass a little bit, and he's at, like a coffee shop trying to
Yeah.
be normal or something.
Or,
Yeah.
That would have been lazy too, but it's better than what they did.
Yeah.
way better. That sounds terrible.
There's no such thing as a coincidence.
No.
It's really true.
Right. Everything 23. That's why nobody likes you when you're 23, dude. Yeah.
Michael Jordan's number's 23. LeBron
Oh.
James's number was also 23. Blink-182 doesn't like people when they're 23.
Right.
There you go. It's
No,
all connected.
people don't like Blink 182 when they were 23. That's what the song is about.
Oh yeah. This video is sponsored by.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Ultra Watermelon.
So the dog's name is Ned.
What does he say? It's called
Dead Ned?
No, he says it's like an acronym for something.
Oh, well, Ned is 23. The name Ned.
Yeah.
Because the letters in the alphabet, it literally equals the number 23.
Nasty evil dog.
Nasty evil dog.
Yeah.
Nasty evil
That's what
dead dog. Is
And I'm
what-
like, these things, like, it seems like I'm watching like Tales from the Crypt. Like, not even the live action one, the cartoon one with the like the dialogue and like the things that they say in this movie.
there's no subtlety.
no,
None. None at all. So the theme of this movie is choice. So it's I did this and this happened, and if I did this, then this wouldn't have happened. So because he's late to meet with his wife for his birthday party
because of Ned.
because of Ned, his wife is in a bookstore, and the book, the number 23, is perfectly placed
Yeah.
where she looks, and it's
That's what
down
I-
the aisle.
That's what I thought too. Like the way that was even filmed, like it's her leaving, and she's walking this way, and the camera shows her walking, and just go.
Yeah,
And then it looks, and it's just like a glowing light, not literally, but like might as well be on this book that's not on the shelf like normal book. It's in
out.
front of them. It's out, and she's like, "Oh, I'll buy that for him."
Yeah.
And like, did
he
you
loves
think that
that
she
number.
owned that bookstore, or am I just dumb?
I
Or
just
like worked there at least, because she was there. She was closing it, and then you never hear anything more of the
Oh,
bookstore
really?
ever. She was the only one there. She
well,
was
that makes
closing it
less
up.
sense then,
Exactly.
because you'd be like, well, where the fuck did this book come from?
Because that's why I was even more confused. I was like, she works there. I'm pretty sure.
Listen to the subtlety of this movie. The number 23, the book, is written by a guy named Top Secrets.
Yeah, and no one in the movie knew that it was Top Secrets till they
Say it out loud.
till someone else that was not in the main cast.
Someone
said
else
it
is
to
like,
him.
I would never make my name something stupid like Top Secrets. And then Jim Carrey's like, oh my God.
And like, I don't know if that makes me dumb, but I didn't notice either till that guy said it.
Oh, come on.
I wasn't paying attention really to the
Top
author's name.
Secrets.
I thought it was weird. I was like, why is this guy's name fucking Topsy?
Top Secrets. He's like Ryan Secret's brother.
That's not his name.
I know, just fucking around.
Secrets.
Yeah.
I'm Ryan Secrets.
Ryan Seacrest.
Secret. We got a secret.
Yeah, the dialogue, this is a really good thing too, because he shows up at the bookstore and she gives him the book.
Yeah.
And the dialogue it's so unnatural in this movie because
Yeah.
they're just like, they have conversations that are meant to be for us and not for them.
Yeah.
So
like,
he's like,
which isn't horrible.
He's like, why is it on my birthday we always go and see your friends? And then she's
Yeah.
like, because you have no friends. And
Yeah.
it's like, to me, you would have already had this conversation.
And it's already known.
You're just saying it so the audience knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's bad writing.
The second they walked into her friend's house, I was like, oh, they're gonna fuck.
Oh, her and Danny Hudson?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
they walk into the house and like at first there was like a really long hug and I was like, oh, that's weird, but Jim Carrey didn't seem to make a face. So I was like, oh, maybe it's normal.
No, yeah, but
And then he's like, a kiss would make me feel better about you being late. I was like, oh god.
So at the birthday party, he kind of fucks off on his own and he starts reading the book, and
Yeah.
then we just see a drop of blood on the page for no reason.
Yeah, no.
Never explained. The editing throughout this entire movie is insane. Like they never explain anything.
Yeah, but they go home. Were you gonna say more about the party?
No, I was just gonna say that he starts reading, and that's where you start to get like more bad of his voiceover.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
he's like, "You can call me Fingerling. It's not my real name." It's so bad. It's so fucking.
You
bad.
can call me Fingerling.
Yeah.
You can lick my fingers.
Oh yeah, and
Andrew.
just the coincidences throughout the movie. Like his wife painted the wall in the living room blood red,
Red.
and the
Blood red.
The cover of the book is also that exact same red.
And his son is Percy Jackson. Like,
I've never seen those movies, but I heard that they were.
did you watch that Amazon show with that kid and Al Pacino about hunting Nazis in the 70s? How the Nazis that came over that are like powerful in America now, they were like hunting them because they were all like Jewish people in the war.
No, I never.
That was a really sick show.
With Logan Lerman.
Is that the kid's name?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Al Pacino, and there's a few other good people. I don't remember their names. And like, oh, never mind. If you're gonna watch it, I won't tell you the end
Oh well, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's for the best. Yeah.
because there's sets it up for season 2. What's it? It's called Hunters, I think.
Hunters.
Just Hunters, yeah.
I'll check it out. Did you know that the young version of Fingerling was played by Zoe 101's little brother?
I
Dustin.
didn't know, but I knew in a way
Like,
because
you
I knew that
recognized him.
kid.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, Dustin. Yeah.
Diamond, right?
Dustin.
Screech.
Screech? Yeah. It was Screech.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Screech.
R.I.P. Screech.
His dad was an accountant.
Yeah, he's dead, Andrew.
Oh, rest
Yeah,
in
he
peace,
passed,
Screech.
yeah.
When-
Andrew looks
like
upset when
recently,
we said
right?
it. You were just like,
It was pretty
anyway.
recently, yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
during, I think, or the sickness. We get
You can't say that? The C word.
I'm gonna beat you up, John.
not the big C, the little C.
No. The big C.
The big-
C.
The panorama picture event that happened last year.
What? Oh, panorama. Instead.
You're not supposed to say that word.
So Fingerling's dad was an accountant, and Fingerling wanted to be a detective. So,
Yeah.
so like Walter, while he's reading this book, he starts to see the similarities
in
between
the-
him and Fingerling. So, I just want to see, because you've seen this, right? So you know the twist,
Right. I have seen it before.
but you don't remember the
You
twist.
don't remember the twist at all?
Okay, I just want to say this and see if you'll get the twist from this.
Okay.
Isn't this when I messaged you and said I think I know the plot?
Probably around here.
Yeah.
So I'll just say this, and you'll probably get it right away. A guy reads a book, and the book reminds him of his old life.
But
So
he
the
doesn't
book's
think,
about him.
Yeah.
But he
that-
doesn't think it's his old life. He just thinks there's similarities between.
There's
him
just
and the author.
similarities between him and the author.
That was the twist.
The twist is that he is the author.
The
and
twist-
he doesn't remember.
He's
before
top
the-
secrets.
He's literally top.
No. Okay, so the doctor at the psych
Oh.
ward.
Right,
Oh.
right.
Okay, so he was writing.
Well, should we keep going?
We'll keep going. We'll get to it.
We'll
Because
keep going.
I have to tell you pretty much the whole last 40 minutes to explain what I was just about to.
All right.
So-
the movie's only like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You're gonna explain the whole last 40 minutes?
Yeah.
That's over half the movie.
Yeah.
All right.
So in the story, while he's reading the book, Fingerling finds a dead woman, Widow Hopkins, and then he eventually grew up to be Detective Fingerling.
And
Right.
like the way they made Jim Carrey look as like
Oh, yeah.
Detective Finger.
It's so edgy.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
It's like edgy, like something like a main character you would see on like an anime PS2 game.
He's got like slicked black hair.
Yeah.
It's
Trench
almost,
coat.
it's almost like they have like in the Batman trailer where Robert Pattinson has like the black
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
around his
yeah.
eye. It's almost like they have that.
He has like back tribal
eyeliner.
tattoos.
Oh, the tribal fucking tattoos.
Dude, tribal tattoos are sick. What do you mean? Everybody
Yeah,
needs
ironically.
tribal
And in the
tats.
context of the movie, it makes less sense because Fingerling is him years ago, and
Yeah.
he never looked like this. He never had the tattoos.
They say at the end, like the last chapter of the book, that he like some of that was like
made up,
made up, like to make it seem
just
cooler.
bullshit. Yeah.
And like a
You're gonna throw up there.
last
bud.
chapter he says what all really happened pretty much.
Here's what I don't get either: is he's in the house, right? This is Walter, not in the book. He's in the house and he's trying to show his wife all these pictures, and he's like, "Look, my life is just like this, the author's life, and he did this and I did that, and his mom died here and my mom died here." And it's like, what are you trying to prove to your wife?
My favorite part.
He's like, look, I am the author. Like, I don't know what's your problem.
Yeah, like imagine that real conversation.
Yeah,
like,
but when she's like, "Okay, that's just coincidences," he's like, "Coincidences that his neighbor also had a dog," and I was
Yeah.
like, "What?"
yeah, like
Yeah.
Lots
like-
of people have dogs.
No, dude. Only one person in the world has ever had a dog. And it's that
it's his
guy's neighbor. Yeah.
But the stupid part about the entire fucking movie is you're like, okay, yeah, what he's doing is dumb, but at
Yeah.
the end of the day, he is right.
Yeah.
He did write the book. It is about him.
You'd think he would clue into that though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you would
like-
think, yeah.
Like it would bring back some memories,
He
which I
reads,
guess
like-
it was, but he was just thinking of his other things.
He reads like 3 pages and he's like, I wrote this shit.
Movie over.
There's a bunch of weird sex scenes.
Horrible sex.
They're
scenes.
completely completely clothed.
I've never
for some
wanted
reason.
to see Jim Carrey thrust.
Never.
As hard as that.
Well,
It's super edgy.
Do you think it's actually him? Actually, do
I'm sure it was him.
you think they had a sex double?
No, why would you need one? They were clothed.
do
He
they
had pants on,
Yeah, it was just dry humping.
and
I
she
guess.
had like a bra and like panties on and shit. So,
do they
yeah.
typically do sex doubles in movies?
I've seen that. If
I'm
someone,
sure there are some.
if like
yeah.
the women or men feel uncomfortable doing it because they're like married and their spouse feels uncomfortable, they get like a double.
Hmm.
I'm sure most of the time they don't, but
gotta
I've
do
definitely
your
heard
own-
that.
I do my own stunts, you know?
You
I
pervert.
do my own stunts.
I was just joking.
So the movie introduces us to the suicide blonde, right?
Yeah.
And that whole bit is just full of terrible writing.
Yeah.
When you have your character look at another character and say, "I'm a bad person," it's so fucking cringy, and it doesn't belong.
Like this movie is the personality of like the goth kids in high school.
Oh yeah, at least the book parts, like
Yeah.
it's like it's written by two completely different people.
Yeah, because like the book parts they do like, what's that effect called? when it's super like saturated or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. It's
Like all these effect, like all those scenes are like super saturated, kind of look like Sin City or something. Not Sin City, that's black. Some shitty movie.
Like Fear and Loathing or some shit.
Yeah, but with
when
the
he-
drug part.
But it was
Right,
done
yeah,
well.
yeah.
in Fear and
Yeah.
Loathing, yeah.
It just looks weird as fuck. Like early 2000s garbage.
Right.
So Walter in real life starts seeing the number 23 everywhere
Yeah, yeah.
outside of the book, and Fingerling started having nightmares about killing Fabrizia,
Yeah, yeah.
who is all okay. So in the book parts, Jim Carrey plays Fingerling, and Walter's wife plays Fabrizia,
Yeah.
who they're having like both of them are always in the sex scenes together.
Yeah.
So when Fingerling starts imagining that he's killing Fabrizia, Walter in real life starts imagining that he's killing his wife. He starts writing on himself too, and he writes on his skin, "Kill her."
And that's what I thought was weird too, because like, okay, he's laying in bed, sees a shadow of someone with a knife.
Yeah, and you would immediately.
Get up, but he's just
Yeah.
like this.
He closes his eyes.
Closes his eyes.
Like if you're in bed and you see a shadow on the ceiling of somebody with a knife, you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
No, bro. You
He's just like, man, I gotta go
pull
to
the
bed.
blanket over your head and
just
close
die.
Yeah, you just hope
Just
for the
fucking,
best.
just take it,
And they won't see me under here.
dude. I wouldn't even look. I'd jump out of my bed. Like,
Yeah.
like that's how I would react.
Even
So,
if it
like,
was into the knife, you don't know where the knife is.
I mean, just like out of sheer shock, seeing
Yeah.
that like, a knife on my ceiling
I'd grab my sawed-off shotgun from under my ass.
from under your ass.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I keep it in my cheeks.
Nice.
I'm always clenched, dog.
He's worried that if he puts it under the mattress, he won't get it in time. So it's pulls it right out of his ass.
So yeah, Danny Hudson. So yeah, Walter goes to visit Danny Hudson at the college, and that's when we learn about the 23 Enigma, which is a real thing.
Is he already in the book, like playing that character yet? But at this point,
Not at this point.
okay.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, they talk about the 23 Enigma, which is a thing in real life where just real people are able to find the number 23 and everything. And I mean,
Yeah.
again, you could do that with literally any number.
Yeah.
It's a bit ridiculous, but it's a legitimate thing that people believe. So I mean, it is what it is. And like in this scene, they talk more about some examples, like blood takes 23 seconds to circulate. 2 divided by 3 equals 0.66. So that's the sign of the devil. So that's sort of what like the number 23
Yeah.
represents, I guess.
When you break it down, yeah.
And there are only 22 chapters in the book of Revelations.
Is that a Bible?
It's from the Bible.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Me
so.
either. I just assumed.
And then I have in capital letters, there are too many clothed sex scenes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there just are.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
I mean, if they were naked, I mean.
What do you mean? You don't bang clothes? That's what everybody does, right?
No, I do. I just, in my movies, I kind of want to be taken away from reality.
I
Oh,
just
all
unzip
right,
the
right.
zipper and leave all my clothes on.
I fuck through a sheet, usually.
Yeah.
Just cut a
Yeah.
hole in it.
I look like
Whoa.
a ghost.
Yeah.
Fingerling counted Fabrizia's shoes, and Walter counts her shoes as well, and she has 23
Yeah, but that's the
pairs.
thing. This is the point of the movie where Walter starts doing the things first and then reading about them and be like, "What?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
But wait, so he had 23 pairs of shoes?
His wife did.
his wife did, and in the book, Fabrizia did.
And my logic is kind of like, well, wait,
Fingerling's
what,
girlfriend.
what
Yeah.
if she had 22 pairs? Doesn't your whole logic
What if
falls
she
apart?
had 23 pairs, but one of the pairs was missing one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
really, yeah.
So she's got
Wait, oh,
22.5.
pairs. Never mind. I was gonna be like, how does she have 23 pairs of shoes? But yeah, never mind.
Who the
pairs.
fuck has 23 pairs of shoes?
Yeah.
Fabrizia and what's his wife's name?
I have it written down.
I don't really care, to be honest.
And like, I mean, she did that on purpose. you
Agatha.
know?
Agatha Christie.
She's probably the one who sets them all up for the 23 thing.
Well, that's the
you're
twist.
you're thinking like Walter right
You're
now.
thinking ahead, yeah.
Yeah.
You got the Walter mindset there.
He's like, oh, this bitch, she's bought the book. She's got 23 shoes. She's 23 years old.
So Walter keeps reading the book, and Fingerling goes to visit a therapist who, in the book, he's played by Danny Hudson.
Yeah.
And they talk about the number 23 and how he's finding that he's becoming obsessed with it.
It's fucking creepy as fuck. He's like, you want me to talk to Fabrizia for you? He's
I can-
just staring at a picture of her going, hey,
can-
you want me to talk to her?
I can talk to Fabrizia if you'd like. Like it's
Yeah, it's fucking creepy.
I'll give her
But
a
he says that
talking
same
to.
thing to him in real life, like the real person.
right, yeah, because
About his wife, because the therapist in the real world is his wife's friend.
and yeah, Fabrizia cheats on Fingerling in the book with the therapist
In the
and
woods
in the
while
woods
Jim Carrey
while,
watches,
while
or
he
Fingerling
watches them
watches.
fuck. Yeah, not even subtle about it.
Like they're just in the woods fucking, and he's just like,
Who came up with the name Fingerling?
He said that he calls himself Fingerling because his mom used to get him detective books, Detective Fingerling. Fingerling at the zoo. So he liked the name, so he took the name on.
You never got fingerlinged at the zoo, Andrew?
Saw a couple gorillas do it once, but not me.
Fingerling at the zoo.
You guys go to the zoo in high school when we did that trip, or was that just my grade?
I went as a kid, not in high school.
I
We
never
went to
to
the
high school.
Detroit Zoo in high school for English class.
Yeah, that's
I remember like a
relevant.
bunch of people like because when
Bang.
you're going over on a school bus, the border security doesn't really care,
Yeah.
and everyone brought like fucking MDMA and weed with them.
Really?
Like a bunch of kids just did MDMA. And we went to the zoo,
Holy shit!
What the fuck?
Wow.
and like there was this.
So you're admitting to
I didn't do
exportation of narcotics
I didn't
across the border?
honestly, I'm dead serious. I didn't bring either over.
Can you call the cops?
Alakazam, move in, boys. They just come through
But
the
like
ceiling.
there was
and
this
shit.
like dinosaur exhibit thing, but it was like supposed to be like scary, like not a ride, but like a walkthrough, kind of like dinosaur haunted house type thing.
Yeah.
And like all the kids on MDMA did that. They like came out like crying.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
of them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Jesus Christ.
They've never been the same since.
It was awesome.
Crazy.
So he starts dreaming that he killed Agatha with a kitchen knife
Yeah. And, yeah.
in bed. And then he ends up staying at the motel because he just doesn't want to stay at home because he's afraid he's going to
Yeah,
kill
he
his
leaves
wife.
her a note. I need to clear my head for it. Just give me one night.
And I have a side note. We'll talk about the coincidences in this film later.
Yeah.
Like just the fact that he went to that
Yeah,
motel.
I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
It's so fucking contrived. Walter asks to stay in room 23.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. He's kind of trying to like get away from it, and he's like, what do you give him, 26?
Yeah, just like room 20 or like room 14 or
Yeah,
some
so
shit.
he's like, what about 23?
He asked to go in the 23 room.
And then that guy
got
he
23.
just looks over, and then I'm like, there's a setup for something, but the
Right.
setup wasn't even worth that.
No, and that guy is nobody.
Literally, like he doesn't have a line, but it shows him when he's telling what actually happened near the end that guy was the guy at the counter.
Yeah.
So it's literally nothing. It's just like, oh, he turns his head a few times. This guy,
How many
remember him
times?
from when he turned his head? He was watching Maury. Remember that?
Does he turn his head 23 times?
Well, man.
It just shows that like
Coincidental.
this is a movie where the characters are there for the plot and the plot isn't there for the characters.
Yeah, 100%.
Like he's trying to get away from the number 23 and he goes to a motel and he asks to stay in the room 23. And not only is this just like a normal motel, it's the motel like spoiler alert if we're just to talk a little bit ahead here, but this is the motel where he went into room 23 years ago,
Yeah.
like over 15 years ago, and wrote all over the walls and then tried to commit suicide. And
Yeah.
and Walter all these years later just happens to go to that
In
motel.
the same room,
It's so ridiculous. And you could look past it if it's a good movie.
but it's not.
It's not. It's
No.
not at all.
Unremarkable.
The fucking, what was the blonde they called the blonde again?
The blonde,
Blonde-
suicide blonde?
Suicide blonde. She jumps out of her apartment, dies.
Yeah, she commits suicide right in front of him.
But then Walter does it. He's alive.
Yeah, he lives in the end. Yeah, he jumps out of the window.
What a fucking
I don't understand
Wait.
that, but
He jumped out of the same floor.
the 15 years prior. That's what brought him to the psych ward because they found him trying to commit suicide, but he survived.
in the same room, in the same hotel.
That he goes to later
Yeah.
on in the movie.
But he jumped and he lived.
He jumped and he lived, and it shows him like fucked up on the ground, like his arms broken.
His face is bleeding.
He's
and stuff.
clearly dead.
To
In
be
the psych
fair,
ward, he's all like wrapped up and shit.
to be
Yeah.
fair, people have and
No, I'm not saying that's not
skydive
possible.
Oh, yeah.
and like live without their parachute going.
I'm just
off,
saying in this
so
movie's continuity, someone did it, died. Someone did it, didn't.
That's fair.
It's very possible.
It is possible.
It just for this movie to do that, it's not surprising because of how outlandish it is. Like,
Right,
the
right.
odds of it happening are just like, come on.
I agree.
In a movie filled with just ridiculousness.
That's a good show. No, it's not. I hate
it's
that
not.
fucking show.
So Walter reads more, right? While he's in room 23, he reads the last chapter of the book, which is chapter 22. And in that chapter, Fingerling killed Fabrizio, and the therapist was blamed for it because he found
Yeah.
the body.
Yeah.
So at the end of that chapter, Fingerling walks over to the window, and then the book just ends
And
at
it's
chapter
like-
22.
It's like assumed that he was going to kill himself.
It's assumed he was going to kill himself, but you don't know because chapter 23 doesn't exist. So
Even the way he found chapter 23, though.
the way he finds it is fucking ridiculous. But even before that, Ned
Yeah.
finds him at the motel
Yeah.
outside.
So that dog from the beginning, like he shows up sometimes, but
oh, right.
No,
no,
look at the screen.
he's just saying 6 minutes till break.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, sorry.
And so that dog follows him around and just shows up randomly. And then like he gets to this fucking hotel, and he just hears barking outside. The fucking dog's on the road barking at him at room 23. And he just
found
Ned. Like it turns into like Tom and Jerry.
It just found him.
Yeah, dude, your dogs do that, man. One
Yeah, in
time
movies.
I went camping in Algonquin Park, dude. And fucking my dog just shows up. I'm like, bro, what are you doing here?
Showed up with a couple beers.
Yeah. He's like,
So the dog leads him back to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Leads him back to a tombstone of Laura Tollins.
Was that the same tombstone from the beginning?
From the beginning,
And we
yeah.
just didn't know anything about it?
Right, you're right. At the very beginning. The dog brought him there before, too.
Yeah.
So that's when he learns that the book is based on a true story. And it was written by Laura Tollins' killer.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know who the killer is. So he knows that he wants to find this person so that he can ask them about the number 23 because it's taking over his life like it took over their life. So they go to visit the killer.
Who's in jail?
He's in jail, and while he's talking to him, he realizes that this guy didn't kill Laura Tollins. It's pretty clear that he's innocent.
He doesn't even realize that, does he? Really? Even like when they leave, he's still kind of hesitant to believe that?
Well, when he leaves, he says he was very convincing.
Yeah, he says it like sarcastically, kind of.
No, I think he genuinely believes that
You
the
think
guy.
so?
I think he believes the guy in prison was innocent. Yeah.
I thought it was funny. This is, I think, the only line I liked in the movie. When he's visiting the guy in jail, and they're like talking through like a fence instead of like the normal phone thing.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
Yeah, and the guy's like, I'm the one in jail, but it seems like you're the one with more problems.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's just like, I know you killed it. How'd you do it? 23, right? 23?
Oh, Jim Carrey's fucking over the top in this, like, because there's the part, right? So he learns that it's not the guy in jail didn't kill Laura Tollins. So then they find an old man who.
Yeah, they look up. So the back of the book, his son.
Yeah, his son just happens to peel.
Oh, there's a page that's stuck together. It's a sticky pages porn bag.
And it has like the PO box.
An address for a PO box at the back of a page that had nothing on it.
why were the pages stuck together?
Well, Jim Carrey really liked this
He
book.
loved it, dude. Yeah.
No such thing as a coincidence.
He jacked off in it 23 times.
Whoa.
There's some blood.
Oh God.
And
But yeah,
dust.
so they send 23 empty boxes to this old guy.
To a PO box, yeah. The old guy. They wait for him outside the post office.
They go there. They confront him. Jim Carrey tells him. He shows him the book, and the guy. You can tell that the guy knows who Jim Carrey
Yeah,
is.
he's. I don't even know what he said to you. He said something like you're supposed to be dead
You're
or
supposed
something.
to be dead.
Yeah.
So then he takes off, runs as fast as the old guy could fucking run.
So
trips.
not far.
He trips, and then he just cuts his own throat.
Yeah, he just Jim Carrey like has him. And he's like, tell me. And he's just like says something. He just like cuts his own throat.
Just kills himself. It's like I don't want to fucking deal with this guy. Like,
Oh God.
so Jim Carrey's freaking out. He's like, oh, he knows.
Yeah, and
He's
his wife's
literally
like
crying.
Yeah, his wife's like, not now. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
like-
he's dead. Like he's dying right now.
I really wish his wife was like, you need to grow the fuck up for 5 minutes.
Honestly.
Like, and act like a fucking adult.
Just tells him right off.
Like, this guy just killed himself in front of me, and you're crying because of about a
Your
fucking
son
number.
watched this old man kill himself in a post office a city over from us.
You're bitching about a number. Like, calm down. So Agatha tells him, like, just take Robin home, their son, and she's gonna handle the situation.
Yeah.
So,
Before we get into that, we should take a break.
right, okay.
All right, we'll be right back, guys. And we're back.
We are back. Okay, so
Back again.
we were talking about how the old man, we were talking about how the old man cut his throat
In the post office, yeah.
in the
front
post
of the
office,
whole family.
and the whole family, and so Agatha learns that
Because
there was-
what does he whisper to her?
well, he whispers something, but we as the audience don't know.
That's what I figured. Okay, I
Right.
didn't know if I just didn't hear it.
So we eventually see that later on, Agatha is at a abandoned institute.
Yeah.
And while she's exploring the institute, Walter is at home with his son, and he is circling every 23rd word on every 23rd page
Yeah.
of the book.
It somehow tells him to go to like, Casanova Point. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it says, so when he does that, it says, I warn you, hell is coming, Sparrow Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the logic here is, before he jumped out of the window, he wrote himself this book and left himself a cryptic note every
Know-
23rd page.
Knowing
every
what his
23rd
alias would be after he leaves.
I think his name was always Sparrow. It was always Walter
Oh, wait,
Sparrow.
yeah, you're right. Sorry, yeah.
But it's such a ridiculous concept that he was also, he knew that this would happen.
Yeah. That he
So-
wouldn't die.
He wouldn't die. He'd lose his memory. So it's okay.
His name is Fingerling.
Well,
No,
his name's Fingerling in the book.
No, I know. I'm joking.
You can call me
Andrew.
Fingerling.
You can call me Fingerling.
So, like, my main question here is, like, when he goes to dig up the grave, why the fuck are you involving your son?
Hey, this guy killed someone. You want to dig up this body with
Yeah,
me?
like, you are the shittiest fucking father. Like, why are you involving your son?
His son likes 23 too.
Yeah, his son starts to get obsessed
He's
with the
all
number
fucked
2.
up.
Yeah. So just father of the year.
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree or whatever.
That's
they
right.
say.
That's what they say.
Something about trees and apples, and they fall.
What's your opinion on apples, Andrew?
You know, I like a good. You ever have a Fuji apple?
Yeah, they're my favorite, I think.
Me too, dude. I like those a lot.
Golden Delicious and Fuji's are dope. Fuji's better.
Gala apples.
No, those are for fancy places.
Those are good.
Galas.
Gala apples.
I've never had an apple in my life.
How many times do you go to the doctor?
Every
bro?
day.
You have to.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's... Yeah.
Without the apples, you gotta see. I'm a big fan of apples. I love apples.
Wait, is there something with apples and doctors, or...
Yeah, an
Yeah.
apple a day keeps the doctor
No.
away.
Are you serious? Because
Yeah.
he's always fucking bugging me.
Yeah,
He just won't stop
you
texting
just
me.
show him you're eating an
Yeah.
apple, he'll go away.
Okay.
How many times has he, you know? All right, let me.
How many times does he put the glove on for you?
How many times has he?
Every day.
The whole hand?
Every time?
Yeah.
How far does he go?
I mean, all the way in. Like, well, how else is he...
Just as far as we went on, Cody.
Okay.
Yeah, probably just about, yeah.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. So he's only like knee deep.
Knee deep, yeah.
That's
Like
He's
from
really
his
in
hand?
not bad.
Like over half his body, it's just like
Not
knee down
bad.
hanging
in
out.
my ass, yeah.
knee deep. At first, knee deep, bro.
Cody's ass isn't a fucking swamp.
You know that?
That's what you think.
That's about knee deep, donkey.
Bro, that ass be knee deep. That's what you say when you see a big old ass.
Booty so big, Lord have mercy.
It's knee deep.
So Walter...
I like that.
Walter sees Ned and he wants to kill him all of a sudden.
That's when.
Did you get that or no? He wants to just run him down with
Yeah.
the truck.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, he's running. He starts speeding up, aiming at the dog.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Like why all of a sudden do you want to kill this dog? now?
I think for some reason thought it would end
Oh,
because
okay.
didn't he know? No, he doesn't know about that dog yet. Really,
No.
like what he is.
No, it continually makes no sense at all.
Well, because even at the beginning, after Ned attacks him, like, and he's talking to like his boss or whoever she
Right.
is, he says next time if that happens again, I'd probably just kill him. Or something.
Or
like
I'd hit him,
that.
or I'd
I'd see.
speed
He
up
says
until,
I'd
like, you're
speed
a
up.
thud.
Yeah, that's what he said. So that's what I don't know.
Right.
Shitty foreshadowing.
I mean, like he says in the same scene that he's good at his job. So if he's willing to hit a dog,
that's how you catch him, bro.
yeah, he's not good at it. He's fucking really shitty at his job.
Why did they make him a dog catcher? Literally just for the Ned plot.
Yeah, and
Like that's the only reason he's a dog catcher.
yeah.
Yeah,
He could have been anything.
for sure.
It's incredibly weird. And then, so that's where this whole plot line comes in, where Walter thinks that Agatha wrote the book.
Because she goes. Did we already talk about that? Where she went to the institute. You said she went to it.
She
but
went to the institute, but
she-
she did some other shit
No,
too.
we don't. They never explain, which I assume it was her therapist friend. But who pops up behind her?
Oh, right, in the institute.
And then they never say
Yeah.
who it was
No.
at all. Like she's in this room, Andrew, like finding this trunk, like realizing that her husband is fingerling.
Who? Who's he fingering?
Anyone. And
Everyone.
someone just comes up behind her in the room, and she's just like, and then like that's
And
the
then
end
the
of the
scene cuts.
and you never find out. I watched the extended version too, and they still don't say who that is. In
Yeah,
there.
they set it up and then they just drop it, and it's 100% Danny Hudson.
100%.
It has
that
to
was the
be.
only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Could it
then would
not
it make
be
sense?
her
Because why would he
husband?
know it was there unless she called him? But he was with her when she. So
But
the
wait.
body he dug up, he walked away to get the cops. Came back, the skeleton was gone, and you find out later on that his wife and Danny Hudson
Danny Hudson, yeah.
dug it up to hide it so he doesn't get in trouble by those cops he brought because she knows at this point that he wrote the book and he killed Laura,
Laura Tollins.
which we didn't say yet, but I just did.
Right.
Whoa, Laura.
So while he's confronting his wife, thinking that she's the one that wrote, and I love too how like their son comes into the conversation,
he
and then
brings-
he's like, "Yeah, your mom fucking sucks.
Yeah.
She wrote the book and she's been fucking with us the whole." It's like you're literally the worst fucking dad.
Yeah, literally.
Like
Kill her!
instead of like not involving your son and like you should still love your mother, it's hey fuck her.
Yeah,
So
honestly.
it's okay, and then that's when she goes, "Actually, I didn't write the book. You dumbass, you did." And then
And, like even the way he handles that.
no, yeah. It's
She tells him that he wrote the book.
Because he dumps out her purse on the table because he's like, "Who really are you?" Because he's thinking that she wrote the book, and then she finds the butcher knife, which in the movie is the killing utensil that they use. That's a weird way of saying that.
the
But
killing utensil.
The killing utensil that they use in every time someone gets killed unless they jump out of the building.
Oh wow, crazy.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's in her purse, so he's like, "What's this, you little cunt?" Gets all fucking.
He says that.
Yeah.
What you did, you little shit.
Look what you did, you little jerk.
Hey John, can you do me a favor, buddy?
I can't jerk you off on camera.
Come on, man. Just once. Can you
Raise Cody?
Yeah, raise
I can
Cody
get
up
him
a
hard.
little
Oh
bit.
yeah, sure.
Give him a little,
Lift it up more
lift job
than
there, buddy.
should, and tighten it just like that, and we're good.
Cool.
That's perfect.
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 So yeah, they go to the basement.
They go to the basement, and
she
that's when
tells
she
him.
shows him all of his belongings, like the old saxophone that he had,
Which,
which is just ridiculous. I mean,
like, he randomly has a saxophone. You never see him play it, but
No,
like in some scenes, like in the book that they play out, he just has a saxophone like in the middle of the street when Laura's breaking up with him.
Yeah, he never
just has
plays
a
the
saxophone
saxophone.
in his hand.
he just holds it because
Yeah.
Jim Carrey obviously can't play saxophone.
That's
No.
what you do. You hold
but he opens
it.
the chest and sees the saxophone. He's like, "No!" Just throws it.
Yeah, it's so he freaks out. He leaves the basement, and then he goes back to that same motel, and he goes to room 23, and then this is where he starts ripping off the wallpaper of the room. And
How does he know?
He doesn't know. We don't know how.
Because
he
like there is a
knows.
little sliver of like a rip of the wallpaper that you can see, like us as the audience. But
Yeah.
it's not in his view. Like he doesn't even look at that piece. He just starts ripping the wall.
Well, he knows because the movie has to continue and the plot has to keep advancing.
No, yeah.
Did he
I get
write it in the book that he did this?
No,
No.
because this case. So the last chapter of the book, like we said earlier, it just ends at chapter 22, and you don't know what happens. But it's because Walter wrote the last chapter on these walls, and the hotel just put wallpaper over all of them.
And he didn't just write the chapter over the walls. He wrote it like on the sink, on the toilet. He literally wrote it on his feet.
Right.
So like he can't finish reading the chapter because it's no longer on his feet. It's no longer
But
on
he
the
finished
sink.
it.
But he finishes it because again,
And
the
I feel
movie
like it
has
was
to
like so
progress.
long.
Oh,
Like compared to like what you see written, like
Oh,
because
yeah.
even like one wall, it was written so big and sloppy that was like one paragraph, and he like there was like 10 minutes of it explaining what happened.
No, yeah. It just essentially like the 23rd chapter is everything that you've heard about Fingerling and about Fabrizia has been about Walter and this woman named Laura Tollins.
Yeah.
And like Fingerling's childhood is Walter's childhood. His dad committed suicide
After his mom died.
after his mother passed away. His dad was an accountant, and his dad was obsessed with the number 23. Never explained why.
I don't understand how it gets passed on to, because they talk about that a lot of the time.
I think it's just passed on in the sense that like
They
y-
said that his son gets a.
his son kind of starts
Yeah.
to
Yeah, I
become
get
obsessed
like I
about
get it, like but like in the sense of like when he was a kid, he didn't know his dad was obsessed with that, and his dad just died, and then
And then
he
he
didn't
eventually
he
became
didn't look into his dad being obsessed with, like he never found anything,
Right.
and he's just obsessed with it. Like the number follows.
No, again, yeah.
So like, is it a
It's a curse,
spirit
bro.
movie? Is it a
Oh, fuck.
Well, I
psychological
think
movie?
I think it's supposed to be a curse, right? Because they
Yeah.
talk about the curse, but then
Yeah.
at the same time, it's never really explained.
No,
It's left up to the viewer's interpretation. So,
my interpretation shit.
so like in the scene in the book, right, where Fingerling is watching, he's watching Fabrizia have sex in the forest with the therapist. That was
Yeah.
just Walter watching Laura have sex,
with
in the forest.
with her teacher, because
With her-
that's who the guy who was in jail that they thought killed Laura
Was her teacher,
was her professor in college.
who she did sleep with. She did cheat on Walter. But yeah, like it's weird because Walter years ago was trying to run away from the curse of 23.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
said it was following him. And then he kills her, and then he still blames it on the curse.
Yeah.
Which to me it's like, okay, so you're justifying your shitty behavior based on a number. It's like you can do whatever the fuck you want because the number made you do it.
What did you think about when so he sets up the teacher and he sees him getting arrested after he kills Laura, and then it shows him leaving the scene by just running like this at the camera.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was great.
It's
That
just
was-
Jim Carrey getting closer to the camera, running at it to
yeah,
run away from
real
the scene
blurry.
of the crime.
Yeah.
That's how. That's
I
where.
think that's what OJ did.
That's where Jordan Peele got his inspiration for Get Out, where that one scene.
The number 23.
When we
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
Cody already knows what I'm gonna say because he was there when I said it. When we do Scooby-Doo Zombie Island,
Yeah.
Get Out copied that movie.
Really?
You
Remember when I
think?
tweeted him at your house?
No.
When we watched Scooby-Doo Zombie Island at your house.
You think he just copied?
Well,
the
because
movie
literally there's a
straight
scene
up?
in Scooby-Doo Zombie Island where Velma rips off the wallpaper, kind of like this movie, And then like the ghost carves "Get Out" in the wall, and I was like,
Oh, right.
he stole it.
Right.
Can't even think of his own ideas. Everyone praises him.
He's got a new movie coming out called Nope.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about that.
No,
yeah.
We reviewed
There's only the poster so
the
far.
poster. What do you think it's gonna be about? Might as well.
I don't know, but I just hope in the movie that a character goes, nope, 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 nope. It's like, oh
Yeah.
my God, they said it.
Hamza style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. It's got a good cast, so I'm looking forward
Yeah,
to it.
it
I like
does.
his movies. So.
Yeah, all of them are great.
Walter reads this chapter and he realizes that this is who he is and that he killed somebody.
Yeah.
And the wrong guy has been convicted for the murder. So he instead of doing the right thing.
Wait, he does-
No, sorry. Yeah.
He does the right thing.
Yeah, because I was thinking that he jumped out of the window, but that was Fingerling. We learned
Yeah.
that Fingerling jumped out of the window and was brought to the institute. He lost his memory and he had to learn how to walk again. He had to learn how to speak again. He had to learn how to do all of these things. And in the process, he forgot about his past life. He forgot that he murdered Laura. His
I'm
brain
sure. Like
just-
we did shit on that, but I guess he would have brain damage from going head first on pavement.
Absolutely, he would. He definitely would.
Yeah, but how
it's-
come he remembers from the instant he walks out of the
Yeah,
asylum or whatever the fuck he was in? Like
yeah, exactly.
Cody said.
Yeah.
It's like a rehabilitation center.
Yeah, but still, like,
No, I know what you're saying.
you remember at least the tail end of you being in that asylum, unless it was so traumatic that you just blocked that shit out. But
Well, and it's like we talked
Well,
about
he says
earlier.
that,
Like
yeah.
his wife is right outside, and it's like
Right.
how would you not realize you just walked outside of an
Exactly.
institute?
Yeah.
It's insane.
you'd have some recollection.
For
at
sure.
least.
Yeah, at least some rectum election.
Rectum election.
What? What did I say?
Yeah. You said you were right. Yeah. Rectum
You
election.
think the end of this movie is supposed to, without saying or telling us that it's supposed to be like a way of him canceling out the curse of 23? Of him taking the blame for killing Laura and getting that guy out of jail and him going to jail?
Do I think it's what? Like
Do you think that's like him being like, this is it, like this cancels out the curse?
He's breaking-
the curse didn't control me in this way and I
No, I
did
think-
the right thing instead of killing someone?
I think the entire movie's pointless. I don't think that's it at all.
I'm
At
just,
the
yeah,
very end-
I'm just reaching right now.
At the very end, you see that he's looking at the clock and it says 23, and like
oh, yeah.
the look on his face, you can tell that like, it
Yeah.
still follows him.
Yeah, I forgot about that because even I was like, oh, it's over. Then he looked at that. Yeah.
So yeah, like the ending suggests that like this is just gonna continually follow him for the rest of his life. So this movie had no point at all.
That's dope. Don't you like that in your movies?
I like bad endings where like the character isn't happy. Like you know that like it's still gonna be difficult for them even
Yeah.
when the movie's done. I like those types of endings, but when it's followed by nothing but complete shit, like or sorry, not followed when it's
After.
you know like yeah, like when everything before has been just terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't really like. What do you think the movie is trying to say? Like
Is it trying to say anything?
think-
I don't know. Yeah,
you think
that's-
there's a deeper meaning to it? You think they were just trying to make a quick buck off a shitty idea?
I think genuinely, even the way that they talk about the film, they wanted people to to get interested in the number 23. So like people would walk around and be like, "Oh, I see it everywhere."
Yeah.
Let's
It's like,
look
why
in-
would
I'm gonna look into the
I-
writer because maybe he's sick and fucked and twisted.
the writer?
Yeah, because
sick
like
and fucked
sick
and
and
twisted.
fucking twisted.
Sick and
Well, like,
fucking twisted.
Because this is the only movie script he ever wrote, like screenplay. So,
Right. So yeah, it makes
His name's
sense.
Fernley Phillips.
Oh, Fernley?
Phillips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fernley, he's fucking fucked, dude. His name's Fernley. No chance.
Oh,
No-
Jim Carrey was nominated for a
Razzie?
golden raspberry award for worst actor, but he lost to Eddie Murphy in Norbit.
See.
I don't know. Norbert at least made me laugh. a few
Norbit
times.
was more entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah, but this movie wasn't designed to make you laugh, dude.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
It was
Shut up, Andrew.
designed to confuse you and make you
Make
like
you think.
numbers.
Yeah.
It was designed to make mathematicians in North America.
The only thing this movie made me think of is how much I wish it was shorter
Yeah, there's nothing on it.
and
But
how
yeah,
time would pass.
It was a
faster.
really short movie, to be honest.
Speaking of time, have you guys ever watched In Time with
Yeah,
Justin
I saw it in
Timberlake?
theaters.
No, but I know the concept.
It's bad.
Is
You
it
should
bad?
watch it,
It's just pretty much like futuristic Bonnie and Clyde,
yeah.
but with like a different
Oh, really?
plot over arc.
There's this one scene
sorry.
where Justin Timberlake cries.
You always bring this
I
up.
fucking do. It makes me laugh so hard.
It's just bad acting.
It's so bad.
Tobey
He's-
Maguire bad?
Yeah,
like
it's
crying.
worse, dude.
Whoa.
Honestly.
I'm not saying he's a bad actor.
In Spider-Man 3, when he cries on the bridge, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
When she breaks up with him, that's terrible acting. But other than that, Tobey Maguire's great.
All right, do your best crying right now.
I could, but I don't want to.
I was waiting for it. I, was
I
like,
thought
is he
you were
gonna do
actually
it?
gonna do it.
I was starting it, but then I was like,
You
no.
looked like you were about to, and I was like, oh shit.
I
he's
could.
gonna-
It's I don't want to though.
All right, John. Hit us with your best cry. Just as good as Tobey Maguire, dude.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
That's what I
Sorry
was
for
going
laughing at you crying. It's just I couldn't help it.
It's okay.
It was just so funny, dude.
Yeah, fuck you guys, man.
Yeah.
So, if they made a sequel to this, do you think that you'd
24?
be interested? Yeah, number
That
24.
wasn't that what the TV show was?
Oh, right, yeah.
There was a TV show
Yeah,
after
called
this?
24.
24,
Remember?
Well, oh yeah. Yeah, that was the sequel for sure. Jack Bauer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they skipped numbers from 24 to Fahrenheit 9/11 was a really futuristic sequel.
What? What about 30 Rock? You know, those in between.
30 Rock, yeah.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. This is we're going, okay.
Just
We're going,
name-
anything with number. Yeah, and then that happened.
Yeah, just keep going.
They're all sequels of
Bro, there's
23,
numbers in
bro.
movies all the time.
Bro, nothing's a coincidence.
Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3.
There was 3 of them. 2 and 3. That's fucking 23.
23.
Yeah. I know math, so
I don't.
Who is-
so I'm
how's he-
just taking
how
your
is he?
word.
you know, he's cool. He's pretty shit
I don't
guy.
care.
Not gonna lie.
If you could have chosen a different actor
To
for the main lead, who would you have chosen or like to see?
Tobey Maguire.
I'm trying to think of something funny, but
Steve
that I know
Buscemi.
they could do it.
Will
Like, the
Smith.
first thing that came,
Well,
the first thing that came to
Yeah.
mind was John Goodman for some reason.
John Goodman.
that would be funny, I think. What do you think? John Cusack or something?
I hate John Cusack.
Everyone does.
I think honestly Colin Farrell.
With an
I think-
English voice.
I think
Or
Colin
like
Farrell could have done it.
with like an American accent. I
Yeah,
can't
with an
see it
American
very well.
accent. I think just anybody, not a comedic actor.
Seth Rogen.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Look at this, 23.
I smoked 23 joints.
Can I get 23 grams?
Not quite an ounce.
No, yeah, this was an awful movie. If I never watch it again, that's probably ideal.
How many times do you think you've watched it? Twice now? Or have you watched it more before this?
I've watched it at least 2 or 3 times.
So I have a question.
For who?
Well, everyone I guess involved here.
Okay.
Why did we pick this movie to review?
Well, John asked for a horror movie, and I love horror movies, but I'm not a big connoisseur, so this was really the scariest thing
And we
that I
thought
could
it
think
would
of.
be fun to rip it apart, which it was.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
So what the fuck's your point of that question?
Just
Are you
a question.
patronizing us?
It was just a question.
We're probably the only people on YouTube who have actually
Review.
dissected this movie, so...
Yeah.
Mhm.
Andrew,
That's a
you're
good
just
point.
a janitor. I remember when Alex said that to him once. And
Are
we're
you
like, what?
serious?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like he's not.
No, of course he's not.
Like that's not his
Did
job.
he,
That's
was
not what
he
he
being
does.
serious?
Like he was
No.
trying to insult him.
Dude, we were opening the show and John's like, "Oh, I'm a host, and he's a host, and she's a host," and then
I just called you producer.
yeah, he's a producer, and then Alex like the janitor, and I was like,
And like one time,
What?
Andrew was telling Alex like to fix his mic or something. He's like, "You're just a cameraman." We're like, "Nope, he literally does everything here."
Yeah, he's the producer.
We talk and then everything goes to Andrew.
yeah, so
So fuck Alex.
yeah, Alex, get
Alex
fucked.
is just a fucking janitor.
yeah,
Oh,
he's not even a janitor. He doesn't even clean up, bro. He shows up, he talks for longer than most people, and then leaves.
Does he talk longer than most people?
he'll go on like tangents about like Norse mythology about any character we talk about in any movie.
But
So he
that's
would've done that
that's
with
not
Loki?
canon though,
Because every time we cut it every time.
Oh, really? Oh.
Because it goes on. Like we were talking about Loki and he went on for probably 10, 15 minutes about how Loki gave birth to a donkey once in Norse
was a horse.
mythology.
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, we were watching
Nothing.
Loki.
Yeah, but okay, but
That's about it.
It had
Yeah.
Okay.
nothing to do with what we were talking about at all.
yeah, of course.
But like, I'm fine with going off topic
Yeah.
as long as it's funny or relevant or interesting.
right, yeah, interesting for
Alright,
sure. Yeah.
How many?
23s.
I was gonna say that, but
This
I was gonna
movie
say-
out of 10. That's stupid though.
Yeah.
Oh, you rate the movies?
Yeah, out of
Okay.
something from the movie. We just got to figure it out on the spot.
Yeah. And how about knives? Because that's what he uses to kill people.
That's just lazy. How many?
23 letters or whatever.
letters
Or numbers? I give this
We can
5
do it
numbers.
out of 23.
Yeah,
there
really,
you go.
yeah.
Okay.
23 is 10, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Or 5, however you guys do it.
We did a 10.
Well,
usually.
everything's basically 23 anyways, so it doesn't matter what we rate it out of. It's going to be out of 23.
At the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah.
1.
1 out of 23.
Yeah.
This guy, oh my.
Well, I didn't even mention
Dude, this is the first time
that
that
I've given a bad
you
review.
didn't like a movie. This is
Really?
the very, very first time.
The worst
in
rating I think I've ever given. What was the movie? Oh, Italian Job. I
This-
gave it 2.5.
This is the worst rating you've ever given it.
Yeah.
A movie.
You give it a 1?
Yeah.
A 1.
A 1, okay.
And that's just for the score, probably.
Okay, all right.
That's insane.
And like, I don't think we've mentioned this, but like, I think it was 16 minutes into the movie, I texted Kody,
Right.
and I was like, "So is this what the plot of the movie is?" And I told him what I think's gonna happen. He's like, "Yeah, that's the whole movie."
He got it 16 minutes into the plot, so yeah.
So good writing, you know? And
Excellent writing.
They got the story across.
When you could see
real
the ending
quick.
from a mile away, that's perfect writing.
What do you give it, Kody?
You know, it's competent. You know, it's shot well for the most part. The music in the opening's fine. So I mean, out of 23, it's legitimately difficult.
Don't feel bad for it.
Yeah, just
No, yeah, I'm not gonna feel bad for it. Like, it's a shitty fucking movie.
I know Jim Carrey's in it. It was hard to give a Jim Carrey movie a 1, but like,
and I'll never watch it again. All right, I'll give it a 2.
out of
awful.
23.
It's awful.
All right, based on your guys' description, because I don't remember it from when I watched it 8 years ago, I give this movie a 5 because I liked it what you guys described.
Let's just remake the movie of us just talking about the movie.
can I be fingered?
All right.
Come on, you
I
baby.
mean, fingerling. Sorry, I always mix that up. Only if one of you guys is Fabrizio.
I'll be Fabrizio.
You could be I'll be the
Can
son.
you be Fabrice for me?
We'll get you some Febreze, baby. You need it.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I'll be the doctor. I get to have sex with Fabrizio. So
So wait. Does that mean you?
I go to
have
jail.
sex
It means
with
we
me?
both
Yeah.
get to fuck you, Andrew.
Hell yeah, boy. At the same time.
And on the
chocolate
note
or
of
vanilla, baby, take your pick.
yikes, on the note of fucking Andrew together. See you guys next time. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.
Take care.